It's just the little fucking, the little boat, whatever the fuck
Dingy
it is,
thing.
dinghy boats, little dinghies,
Little dinghy.
little dinghies,
Pardon me. Little dinghy.
little bit dinghies, little bit
And full
dinghies.
Satan.
Oh my god. Oh, how you got a band-aid on your finger? What'd you
Yeah,
do?
the fucking dip hurts. Remember I was setting that snap at
Oh
the
yeah,
went
did
to
you?
open the dip container and slice?
Oh, it was on the plastic, was it?
Yeah, fucking cut that one
Yeah.
across so you can't really see it, but on that one is the worst one.
Fuck
Fucking
that. Yeah,
it's
but
just a
still,
little
the dips.
it was something in corn. A corn relish chip or something, and just the twist the plastic lid, and all of a sudden I'm like, that hurts. I continued eating the crackers. I'm just like, oh yeah, and I'm like, no, that's actually cut. Afterwards, I'm like, nope, there's fuck all blood, but it's like it's still slit open. Like,
Yeah, just cover it up just so you
like
don't get
across there.
infected or whatever. Yeah.
I'm like, fuck. So I just ran them under the water and bandaged them up
Fucking
a
hell.
couple of days ago. That one's pretty much already healed
Yeah,
nearly,
it's all looking good.
but that one, I haven't seen it in like a day. I don't know.
Well,
I'll
pardon
take it
me.
off tomorrow.
Jesus, yeah. Hopefully, it'll be alright.
But the thing was, because I'm like, I still got to play guitar. I'm like, thank fuck it was this hand that got the picking,
Yeah.
and it wasn't any worse.
Won't. Yeah.
Because I sauced until like 5 a.m. again this morning.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Good
What can I
afternoon.
say? Pardon?
Good afternoon.
I was about to say, you going to say good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Oh, I don't know. I think we're ready to rock and roll, aren't we? Uh,
Yep. I I was doing that. I was doing that last night. Rock and rolling.
well, I guess without out of the
Literally.
way, fucking. It's. I mean, it's later for us, but you guys
Only
don't.
just.
Only just. I'm starting to feel
Hour
on the
and
verge,
nearly
but
2 hours.
for you guys, it's no different for
Fuck.
when this comes out. Either way, when it does. But hey, what's up, internet? Welcome back to another fun episode of the Beardy Broad Podcast. Fucking. Oh, he's slamming shit. Yeah. So what a week it's been.
Yes.
I do want to get onto it before I think we talk about anything else, but it happened basically after we had finished our last week's episode. Basically, several hours after we had done our episode. The news had broken that. Well, it was weird how the news broke because it had, like broke, but
Didn't.
sources were still spread, like kind of picking it up, and no one really was sure if it was confirmed, if it was legit or not, or if it was just a fake hoax. Because we had like the
Yes.
Jimmy Fallon hoax, death hoax, and stuff like that, which
That
was
was hilarious
hilarious.
though.
But
I've,
JDF Jason David Frank did pass away, as everyone would be aware of by now. And yeah, it was a shock because like we'd done the podcast. I think we played some games or something, and went to bed,
it was a few hours later. It's like, oh,
and then yeah, then I was like messaging you going, dude, I've seen this. Like, it just seems a bit odd. Like, it didn't seem. It seemed weird, just how the sources that were
I had to
like
Google
sharing
him.
it, and he forgot who he was. Um,
Well,
the Green
that was a
Ranger,
long ass time ago.
Green Ranger, White Ranger.
Wasn't it back when we were kids? It was that.
Yeah.
Like that was like 20 years ago. Like I
Yep.
fucking had no idea who he was
Yep.
really
So yeah, one of
because I didn't.
the classic Power Rangers. So yeah, so
Yes.
unfortunately, yeah, he passed away on the last weekend.
I just liked the green one.
Hmm. But yeah, sadly
My
to
favorite one.
I mean, we all know what the go is by now, so we won't keep talking about it. But condolences to the family. It sounds like you
Family and friends.
and he was going through a lot of stuff. So remember everybody. Always talk to people, reach out if there's people. Always make sure you can get your help. It's a.
Exactly, because it's seen this way too many times.
Mhm.
Way too many times. Ah, fuck.
But it was just crazy. It was
Um,
unexpected. He was only what 49. So yeah.
yes.
Mm. It's
Yes,
crazy.
I think. Yeah, yeah.
But yeah, so
I mean, it's not crazy. It's just out of the fucking blue. Still fucked up.
well, I watched a video just before we started, and apparently it was Apparently people are saying it was a live that he had done on Facebook 25 minutes before things happened. I don't know how legit that is or not, but
I don't
like
reckon.
I don't hold anything when it's like not a reputable source. Like I don't hold it for granted.
Well, if there's evidence of it, which I don't think there is,
But
because
he kind of
there
went on
would be.
a bit of a rant ramble, but he was also in the process of like lining up work that he had. He was going to do like appearances at like game spots and some other different things to do signings and promote his new film that he was working on, which was like a Power Rangers type film and you know a legacy film, whatever it was. And yeah, so there's a lot of stuff he was lined up and promoting, but at the same time he was in a weird looked like in the video he was a bit of a in an interesting spot. You know, it was kind of like okay, it was interesting to just watch. It was like, wow, like it's taking back now when you know, it's interesting when you see things when someone's alive, things are perceived one way, but when someone's dead or passed, should I say, not you know, or has died or
Yeah,
passed,
look at Robin Williams.
you start looking at stuff that happened leading up to that, and you start seeing little signs, but you never really notice it because you don't know what you're looking for. You don't realize because you
So
see
we don't
the
know him personally,
happiness
so we don't
and
know if
mm,
that's odd or
exactly. So you just think, oh, that's just them being them, and then this happens, and then you start looking back at things, and you start
oh,
seeing, and you're like, oh, okay, it's you know you can kind of pinpoint different things here, whether it was you know the week before, 2 weeks before, 3 weeks before, months before, and you start looking at the actual
maybe
patterns,
years
and it's like,
before.
damn, like you wouldn't think like things can just happen like that, and you know depression is a hell you know hell of a disease, I guess if you want to call it sickness, illness, you know.
Yes,
It's one of those things, but
but
don't want
no
to keep
one
this
sits
down.
up on no
Don't
one.
want to keep this down. I don't want to keep the mood down. Don't I'm just you know just want to, you know, say oh, fuck pulling on the fucking cable here. I'm trying to pull the friggin' microphone out of the fucking socket. Fucking hell.
Jesus.
But yeah. But anyway, yeah, just bring it back around. But you know, just wanted to get that message out there. You know, people always hear. You know, we all struggle somewhere along the lines, but doesn't mean you can't talk about it. You know, it's always someone you can talk to. You just gotta.
Exactly.
And it can be hard to try and find the confidence, but you know, whether it's you know anyone call, there's different you know there's plenty of helplines out there from wherever you are. You know, by all means, you know, reach out to those, and there's different people, you know, just message people, reach out to people. You'd be surprised who's willing to listen. Like you never know. So even if it's a stranger, that you know sometimes strangers can be better because there's no
They
connection there.
don't know who you are, so
Hmm. So and sometimes you never know what you might find. So yeah. But anyway, it was just weird
hmm.
kind of thing to talk topic on because again, it's the same thing like the mental health and ironic. It's weird enough as well, being the month is technically men's month technically because it was November. You know they always say they no nut November, but that's technically
I saw the other one, non-stop nut November. I'm like, let's go.
technically because it was like Movember, which is then turned into that whole thing, and it's you
That's the
know
proper one.
it's the mental like men's what's it prostate cancer awareness or something like that, isn't it? Most
Yeah,
people,
yeah, yeah.
yeah. So it's like that, and then but it also
Pretty
too,
much everything,
and
really.
it's also men's
But
mental health
mainly
because
that.
there is like a day or something in here as well that's meant to be men's mental health month as like day as well, but it's meant to be the month, and it gets shadowed by different things, and it becomes this whole chaos thing. But yeah, so it's just crazy, but. I mean, it's understandable. Men's Mental Health Month before December, you know. We kind of need to get everything in order because Christmas is the month after. We're fucked.
I didn't think of it like that, actually. Fuck.
Oh, stress we have to go through. Fuck Christmas. Fuck, we need to do everything. Fuck, 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 fuck. Fuck, 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 fuck. uh,
All at the fucking rush this fucking time of year.
yeah. So
Pretty much from now onwards.
I did my Christmas lights before I sent you that video. I've got my lights
Yeah,
up.
that was fucking
I
sick.
climbed up on the roof. Had to put some lights up on the roof, so that was fun.
You pictured Daz.
Just hooking some stuff up. I was just hoping I wouldn't fall off and having to hurt myself and next minute I become the next Santa Claus. But you know,
But it's all fucking joke there if I didn't want to.
fall off and become the next
Uh,
Santa. Uh,
Speaking of that, isn't there a new episode of Majiggy out now?
the what?
That
The
Santa Clauses?
Santa Claus is every Wednesday
Oh,
comes out.
Wednesday.
So every
A few
Wednesday it
days
comes out.
ago. Shit.
Wasn't bad. Wasn't bad. But the tonight had dropped the Guardians of the Galaxy's Christmas special, which
Yeah,
is
I
pretty
want to
good.
see that.
It wasn't bad. It wasn't bad. So I
Kevin
enjoyed that.
Bacon.
It was nice Christmas movie. It was not too bad for a nice special. So pretty good.
It's funny that they mention him in the first movie and then he's in that. Like,
I know it's pretty funny. Especially when they mentioned him, he's like, "Hey, can I?" And they actually reached out to him. He's like, "Yeah, I'll be in it. Sure, let's have some fun."
that's exactly what happened.
Mm.
He had an
So
interview on something I saw earlier, and he's like, he didn't even hear none of the details. Like, I'm in.
I mean,
He's like,
well,
if James Gunn comes to you and asks him anything, he's like, just do it.
that's exactly it. But I was gonna say,
And he did say that was his last ever Marvel movie. So I'm like, that's sad.
well, because it's the this special takes place before 3, so it's chronological order. It takes up after Thor, but it's set before Volume 3. So it's a
Yeah,
nice little
because I was
patch
watching a
over.
James Gunn interview. They shot all the shorts at the same time as the movie.
Mm,
Like they're doing like a thing there, movie there, thing there, movie
mm,
there, thing there. It's like they
pretty good.
because everyone knows Rocket's gonna die, and he actually said that in the fucking interview. He's like, Rocket's end. I'm like, thanks.
We just spoil it, but yeah, it's gonna
Yeah,
be
it's like it's sad going from they already filmed that, and then they're filming this. I'm like, where Rocket's in there. It's like, what?
yeah.
I mean, hope no one everyone knew
But
that.
I don't know if you saw it, but I saw during the week an interview dropped. I don't know if how recent the interview actually was, but it was more written out. So I don't know. Again, I mean, most of these interviews pop up. But there was an interview with Keanu Reeves, and they were talking about stuff, and then they asked him, and he said that he himself believes his ship has sailed for the Marvel
It must be an old
being
one
part of the
because he
MCU.
wants in there.
Well, that's the thing.
Like,
He wants to be in it, but he said the character that he wanted to play, his ship has sailed on it. So he
oh
actually
yeah,
said that he wanted to play Wolverine. So he said he wanted to play Frank Miller's version of Wolverine in the MCU or in a Marvel film.
that wouldn't work.
So that's what I'm saying. So that's his personal opinion. He
You have
wanted
to
he had
get buff to be like
mm,
Karen Reed isn't buff.
mm. So that's what I mean. It's weird. But
You
it's
have to be
interesting
like
that
Hugh Jackman kind of.
yeah, that's what I mean. So it's kind of interesting that he wanted to be a Wolverine, but it's just like
But when?
just because you wanted to be Wolverine doesn't mean that ship sailed. Like there's plenty of other characters for you, man. Like there's
He's
there's
not
an
like old
abundance of
Wolverine.
characters. Like you know what I mean? Though, like don't just hold yourself just being I wanted to be Wolverine. Sorry, I didn't miss that. Like dude, there's plenty of characters that you could fit. Like there's a lot of characters. If Sacha Baron Cohen can be Mephisto, whatever it is, then you can find yourself in there somewhere. But,
Still reckon he'd probably go DC because he can do a lot
mm,
of the same kind of work that he's done for John Wick there, and
mm.
all the like Matrix stuff and shit.
So
Compared
who
to,
knows? So who knows what's gonna happen? Who knows if we're gonna see
I
him?
still reckon he'll be in DC before Marvel.
What's one or the other? Usually they don't always do a lot of crossovers, but I'll say still kind of
Oh, a
keen.
lot of people have though. They're going
Mm.
in
That's
between,
what I was
especially
gonna
James
say.
Gunn.
That's what I was gonna say. I was gonna say I'm kind of keen if does go ahead with the way James Gunn's trying to pull things, whether we might actually see a film like we had mentioned a few episodes back, where James Gunn being now part of DC, he did mention that he wanted to try and work and get a collab happening where they could make a Marvel DC crossover film.
That'd
So,
be awkward.
and he's
How would
talking.
that even?
And well, that's the weird thing was he said because he's been talking to Feige and that, and they said they were actually kind of interested. Feige
Yeah,
and
but it'd
the
have to be
people.
done a specific way. You can't just go
I think
bam.
I think that's exactly it. It would have to be.
You can't have a multiverse that like
You can multiverse would be the only time you could get away with it. You couldn't do it any other time without the multiverse.
the multiverse is nearly over. They have to do it fucking quick.
So unless it's a spin-off film where the multiverse is
I think the
cracked
multiverse
or
ends 2025.
possibly, so who knows? But see how we
No,
go.
24.
So I mean, we have had comic books kind of like that, so it'd be interesting if we do see a film. So I mean, the way Guns goes, he kind of almost gets what he wants, kind of thing. Like
Ooh.
he's really good at what he does. So
I'm keen for his last Marvel movie. Hopefully it's fucking good, like Guardians
Volume
3.
3. Mm.
Fucking hopefully it's good.
But speaking of shows that are good, movies or shows that are good, um, on Netflix, bloody the Wednesday series dropped on Netflix, and
And you watched it on a Thursday, Friday, Saturday?
I watched it from Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Yeah.
Who plays Wednesday though?
Uh Gina Ortega.
Not who that is.
So yeah,
They
so
should have got Christina Ricci to do like a continuation
oh,
of
she's in
Wednesday.
it.
Like
She's in the series,
it should be Wednesday.
but yeah, I
She
don't
hasn't
wanna.
aged that much, has she? Like she still could.
Oh, she's quite old. Yeah, much older now.
Yeah, but still continuation from our fucking childhood into
It's
like
yeah, I know what you mean, but like it's a full universe reboot anyway. So you've got Catherine Zeta-Jones as Morticia.
that's weird.
And then you've got
Let me look at this.
what's his name? Gomez something as Guzman as Gomez, Joseph Guzman
It's a Guzman.
as some
A
Guzman.
little dude,
What's his
the
name?
Mexican dude,
Yeah, he's Gomez. I know.
who's in stuff like
Mm.
Jumanji and everything, wasn't he?
But
I don't know.
but they only have small cameos anyway. Like its main focus is Wednesday. But
Who's
it's
General? Oh, I know who that is. I think
mm, she's been in a few
he
different
looks
shows.
nothing like Wednesday, but whatever.
Well, they're going with the more like actual like representation of the Hispanic. Is it Hispanic? Um, culture, which is pretty good.
Hence
Um,
Gomez.
mm, mm. And then they've got the more traditional style Gomez, which was pretty cool. I was like, yeah, I want to see what they can do with more of this. So it's pretty good. So basically, it's written down as being a comedy series, but it does have funny moments. It doesn't really feel like a comedy. It's
No.
more of a thriller. So it's kind of like a kind of like a murder. It's a murder mystery series, and
Oh, fuck.
yeah, it's pretty good though. It's really fucking good. I really enjoyed it. I was hooked. I'm even tempted to watch it again. Like I kind of knew what was going on because I'd already kind of debunked what was happening, and it was kind of fun. But
Oh, his yeah, it was him as Gomez.
mm,
I know who you talk about when you say Luis Guzman.
yeah,
Guzman.
yeah.
He's in everything.
I know he's got it. It was, but he's really good as Gomez. He was so good.
He's a suspected murderer. Ooh.
Mm. But no,
Thanks,
definitely,
Wikipedia.
definitely recommend anyone that likes like the Adams Family stuff or like definitely recommend watching this. It was so good. It was pretty fun just seeing all the different characters come like in a new retelling. Like yeah, retelling.
That dude's Uncle Fester. He looks nothing like Uncle Fester.
Yeah, that
He
what's
meant
his
to
name?
be,
He's definitely different. He's definitely different. How he act like
Uncle
the
Fester's meant to be
personality.
fucking creepy and shit.
Mm, definitely
Get
different.
Christopher Lloyd back.
Yeah, that's one thing I did prefer. Christopher Lloyd did a really good job as Uncle Fester. Like, I don't think
He
anyone
could
could really.
literally still play that.
Mm. Oh yeah, but
Get older, but
it's still cool. It's still cool seeing what they did with this take on it. But no, the series, like I said, definitely recommend watching the series. If you got Netflix, fucking watch Wednesday. Like, oh, but don't try looking for Thursday or Friday. You won't find it.
Also, because we were talking about Disney before, I forgot to mention Bob Iger is back as CEO of Disney. So
Mhm.
Disney
Mhm.
should be doing hopefully better things they've been doing recently.
Yep. He's coming back, or he's back
He's back, I think now,
in the process of coming back.
because whoever had it before and fucked up.
Bob, Bob's someone else.
So Disney's just Bob, like
Yeah, there was one Bob something, and it was Bob, whatever it was like the director, or whatever it is, and then some other Bob took it over, and then that Bob's leaving to this other Bob to come back. So
I'm gonna put in Disney CEOs. Like, what?
yeah,
Are
yeah,
they all
yeah.
fucking Bob or something?
You look at it. It was I read the article and I was like, what the hell? It cracked me up because Bob something and Bob something. I don't know the last names. You can try and find it. Can you
They
pronounce
were
it?
Bob Chapek or Chapek or
Yeah, that's
something.
it. Bob Chapek, or whatever the fuck it is. Bobs. They love
Bob
Bobs.
Iger, Chob,
Roberts.
Bob.
Bobbies. Bobby Boys.
So hopefully Iger does good things again because he was there
Mm.
for ages before.
So it'll be interesting to see where the direction goes for Disney. So
They put no one dude in there. Why? He's fucking 71 years old. He might have a few years.
might have a few
Who the
years.
fuck knows? Like
Ah!
you go probably not younger, but like you get someone who hasn't been there before, I guess. But then again, Bob Iger did
just
good
hire
things.
just hire Bob from Subway. And just
Bob
fucking ends
from
up being.
Bob from Walmart.
What am I doing? What am I doing?
Bob from Walmart.
I'm a sandwich artist, not a director artist.
They don't direct. They just sit there in their comfy chair and go green light. green light,
Red
shit off,
light.
fuck off, fuck off, fuck off. Good idea, fuck off. Like
Good idea. Fuck off.
that's what James Gunn's doing now. Like
Yeah.
he's doing what Kevin Feige does at Marvel. Like you barely see him. He'd just be sitting in his chair, just like, this is good. Get him to play. Get him to play. Get her to do this. Get her to do that.
So yeah, so we'll see. It'd be interesting to see what happens.
They've probably got more hands on than that, but
More
well,
hands.
Kevin Feige, you barely. He's a fucking robot.
Yeah.
You
Still
see him for
funny.
like minutes at a time. That's it. Like,
Always wearing a
minutes or
hat.
Seconds. Not always.
He's usually wearing a hat. If you look, I think he's always got one of those Marvel caps on.
Yeah, I wonder.
Trying to
I wonder
advertise.
why he's like everyone knows who he is.
Like, bro, how much more do you have to advertise Marvel? Like,
Although
we
in public,
know.
I probably wouldn't recognize him. To be quite fair.
He's pretty average, isn't he?
Yeah, like you wouldn't just be
He's
going,
tall.
Kevin Feige.
He's yeah, like how many people are pulling him over the street going, "Can I get a selfie with Kevin Feige?" Like there may be a couple people out there going, "Oh my god, it's Kevin Feige. Can I get a photo?" Like, kind of random.
What did he do before fucking Marvel? Do you reckon?
Don't know. Did he do some kind of directing?
Feige. Kevin Feige.
Fiji
Kevin Fuji. He's from Boston. That explains a lot.
makes sense. He's from Boston. Is he
Yeah,
named Mario?
That's Brooklyn.
No.
Okay.
I'm from Brooklyn. I'm from Boston.
Oh, he only became the chief in 2019, so not that long ago.
Okay. The chief.
Who was it before that then?
The
All I know is
chief.
Kevin Feige.
He became the chief. How?
Oh, he became the chief in
They just come to
2019.
him, Feige, we want to make a new Iron Man. How? Feige, we want to create a new Star Lord. How?
Wait, I thought he made Space Champ for a second. Fuck me.
Space Champ. Space Chimp.
I don't. There's no previous stuff he's done. Wait,
No previous stuff he's done. He's just come out of nowhere. Is he a robot?
film. Okay, he was a production assistant,
Production assistant for what?
and then he was a co-producer. Then he was executive producer, co-producer. He was a producer, really.
What was these years that he leveled up?
He started in 1997 with the movie Volcano,
Oh, okay.
and then he went. You've got Mail, X-Men, Spider-Man.
Got
He was
Marvel
associate producer on Spider-Man with the
stuff. So it's
Raimi
Fox. So it's Fox he was with.
one. Daredevil, X-Men 2, Hulk, The Punisher, Spider-Man 2, Man-Thing, Elektra, Fantastic Four, X-Men 3, Spider-Man 3, Fantastic Four. He's done a lot of all the
All the
Marvel.
Fox. It's all the Fox stuff.
Yeah, all the Fox stuff, and then he went to Marvel because Fox and Marvel.
Yeah.
Amazing Spider-Man, Avengers, blah blah blah. He got nothing there. He's got nothing next to them though.
Okay.
Producer's gone. He's got nothing there. And then he was post production on the Marvels and that now.
That's
But
like the history of my previous existence of employment. I am just a
pretty
robot.
much old Fox. Apart from Volcano and You Got Mail.
Universal?
But he didn't make he was like production assistant.
Yeah,
for
yeah,
those,
he was
though.
on it. Yes, sir, I'll get your coffee, sir.
Right? Like he started off there and now he's
Basically, being a product assistant. He was a product assistant. Oh, fuck my brain.
he is a product assistant.
Oh,
He's assisting the product right now.
fuck my brain.
Like I
I'm
don't think
cooked.
I thought he was there way before 2019, like as chief.
I
Like
think I'm definitely going to bed after we've done this. Fuck me. Oh my god, that was only. We haven't been gone that long. It feels like we've been going for ages. And it just started. That's because I'm tired. I'm done. Like it's been a big day for me.
It's always the same 24 hours.
Oh,
But
my
fuck.
back.
Yeah, the holiday special was out as Des mentioned.
Oh.
I'll say bye bye, go. But I'm still not impressed by Marvel. I looked at a comparison. You know how all the Marvel movies now have that weird like grey tinge over them?
Yeah, it's like washed out kind of thing.
Yeah, because the CGI sucks, they just covered it up.
Yeah, they just patched over with an effect to like help blend it.
Because the early Marvel movies look so fucking good.
The color popped. They always popped with
Like
color and
Iron Man's, the event,
very
like
vibrant and yeah.
even the first and second Avengers, they were fucking
I
amazing.
think
Like,
they must be using new software and shit. That's why the budget's cheaper because they're using like a from home
yeah, and it's
service.
worse.
Because they're like, oh, we can't be in studios or make it easy so everyone's working from home.
Because even
So then they've
I
got
have to
home
admit, the Thor: Love
versions.
and Thunder didn't look as good
There was
as
moments,
like
like I said, there's
Ragnarok and that.
moments where it popped out, like very like popped out, not in a good way. It popped out like the helmets and stuff where they popped out, like it was like very fake, like they.
Even the people in
It's
that,
like
like,
they didn't have proper tracking. It's like we've just filmed this. Okay, we've sending you the footage. Now track this onto this object. Where when they do those actual footage, they have dots on the things. Like, okay, this person's gonna have the mask on, so we'll put the dots here and here, and then here's the tracking points. Clearly, what it looks like has happened
they
is
just
they've
went,
gone.
"Whoop."
They've just had okay. We just feel like this. It's like this being filmed right now. Me doing this, and they're just going okay. Now track a helmet on this dude's head. Okay, now I've got to sit there and try and hand animate it. So when the head moves, there's that one frame where the head's moved, and then the object's moved because they couldn't match up the frames properly. So everything's bobbing around, and because it's all being done from home because there's no one's doing the mocap shit with the heads or parts of the body and stuff. There's no mocap dops, so it's just like
That's
fuck.
happened for the last few years. The Marvel movies have really got a downgrade.
Mm. Like it's still CG
'Cause
effects, but it's like well,
worse,
it's like
not as good.
it's literally like home CGI. It's like YouTube CGI. I mean, it's hard to say. I can't say really say YouTube CGI because there's some
YouTube
YouTube
CGI.
there's
Whee!
there's some YouTube CGI that's fucking like mint. Like there's some really good people on YouTube,
Just, just,
but
just get Corridor Digital to do your CGI. It'd be amazing.
that's what I mean. Like there's some people that are really
A
good.
team of like 5 people can do what they do
Well, I mean
better.
they have one Marvel employee working there, so
Yeah, he's like, bye. I'm going
Fenner.
somewhere better.
Fenner, he's fucking he was a Marvel employee. He was a Marvel artist, a CG,
Yeah, he saw the green decide.
and he went to he and his dream. That's the funny part. He worked his way to work at Marvel, but his dream job was to always work for Corridor, and he was like, "Fuck yeah, I can get the job. I'm leaving." It's like, bro, you're working for Marvel, but you're like, but see, that's the actual sticking to your goal of what you want to do. Just because you've gone and got a job that's giving you the money that this is your dream job. So it's like, do you pay with the money or you go do your dream
I
job?
reckon Corridor would be better
They do
than what
good.
Marvel would.
They do good. They'll do good. Their sales
Like,
on
because I
them.
remember watching the old Captain America movies
I
and
wonder if
like
they've dropped
the
any
Iron
more.
Man, that nothing holds a candle to those.
100%.
Like, they look so fucking good.
Wonder if their merch has dropped even cheaper yet.
And now, like, because I have to admit, Thor: Love and Thunder was pretty average looking.
Like the
Thor
movie
Ragnarok was
itself,
popping everywhere,
the
like
Thor-
in a good way. And then you
the
got Love and Thunder.
the film itself was good. Like the movie was good.
Eh,
It's a good movie, but like
7.
it's still good. It's still good. You give it a 7. It's still good.
Ragnarok was better.
Yeah. But I'm saying it's still a good movie though. You're not giving it like a negative.
I
You know,
remember
it's
none
bad.
of that movie now. That's how
Still remember
forgettable
it.
that was.
Still a good movie.
Sorry, Taika, love you, bruh, but the movie was pretty I'll
Still
sort of say that's Marvel's input because they gotta make it family fucking friendly.
Mm.
That's why I like DC. Well, so saying DC's better. They don't give a shit. They'll make something. Look at Black Adam. Look at Suicide Squad. Like, they'll do it because people want it.
Mm-hmm.
And James Gunn when he was at Marvel, and then you got that's how you get like, what is it called? Guardians of the Galaxy.
Yes.
They're still the best Marvel movies. Fucking so good.
So
And Ragnarok.
good. Ragnarok.
But I mean,
Which Ragnarok's
still-
better?
hey.
Which Ragnarok's better?
Oh fuck. Well, seeing as though Thor Ragnarok's not a 10 out of 10. I also God of War's way better. Sorry, that Thor's way better.
Yeah.
Sorry, Hemsworth. If you ever see it, I prefer Ryan Hurst as Thor.
That's what he's really doing. That's what he really took a break from acting from. He wanted to go play God of War.
No, he's taking a long ass like year break or something. Like, he's taking a big ass
He
break.
wants to play. He wants to
you
play.
need-
He wants to play all of the God of War franchise.
Actually, I wouldn't put it beyond him. Actually, He probably does play them.
and he maybe wants to play some Call of Duty, and he wants to sit down and play the Avengers game. He just wants to play as Thor in
The Avengers game just got the Winter Soldier in the update.
he wants to play as Thor PS2. Was it
Rip
PS2
off
or
Winter.
PS3?
Woo.
The PS3 game? Was it the PS3 game?
PS3, I think.
Was it the PS3 that Thor game?
I must say that Iron Man PS2 game was amazing.
Mm.
Was it PS2?
Yeah. The
It was that.
360.
It was the movie game.
Oh, it was on the PS3.
Yeah, that game was
360.
amazing.
Because it's on the 360, and I got that one.
I used to play that a lot.
It was really cool because it's just like you'd. Well, that's what like the Dragon Ball Z game was kind of like that with Kakarot, because you could just run around next to you, just like, and you can fly around, and you just like turn off and you start falling, and then you can start running again, and you just take off, and that's why I like. That's why I like.
Backwards.
That's like Kakarot. Kakarot was fun because of that.
I want to get that new.
You just run around fighting and stuff, and then you just call the Nimbus, and you could fly around the Nimbus. Then you jump off, and then you could just fly, and you're just like, what the fuck?
It's fucking cool.
I come back to it every now and then because
it's a semi-open. It's an open world, really.
You get to
You
see
go anywhere
everything.
the fuck you want.
Mm.
Fight whatever you want. Like, get the air combat, the ground combat. Like, that game was fucking. And you get the whole Dragon Ball Z story.
Yep.
A lot streamlined. There's no for like 3 episodes. They did like do a little bit of that, like a tiny bit of that, where you do it for like maybe a few seconds, but it's so good. You even had the Goku Learn to Drive section in there, which is pretty cool.
Yeah, I know, it's pretty funny, and it's got everything.
Yes.
So good.
But I do recommend it. It does release again for next gen, well, current gen, next month.
I think so.
It could be January. I don't know.
Mm.
All these releases, we got Callisto Protocol and Need for Speed next Friday.
Ah, that's crazy. That's all already
The collector's
here.
edition's gone for Need for Speed. I couldn't get any more. I'm like, no, I wanted that Steelbook and the beanie, not beanie, the balaclava.
Balaclava.
I would have streamed that with a balaclava on.
just go buy one. Just go buy a balaclava somewhere.
No, that was Need for Speed. It had branded.
On the back, you wouldn't be able to see it anyway.
No, but still, it was a racing balaclava. Probably get it on eBay.
Pardon me, I'm fucking yawning now.
I'll get it, but also I'm keen for Callisto next week, boy.
I know, it'd be interesting to see what you play.
I'm keen, but I'm not keen because I don't want to shit myself.
It's gonna be pretty funny.
They put a live action trailer out. If you want to go watch that.
Oh yeah, that's cool.
They got Josh Duhamel who plays Isaac, not Isaac. In
Callisto?
Dead Space. No, John. It's the son of Isaac.
Yeah, John.
And he plays like pretty much what the game is, but he is in the suit and shit. Like they're doing a live action trailer.
That's cool. That's cool.
Yeah. Like they also did a render of Unreal Engine 5 and a photo. It looks fucking identical.
I don't see that being legit. I feel like it's a meme because I've been like it's I know Unreal Engine's good and it can be like it's pretty like insane.
No one's used it yet, really. No game used. I mean,
I
count.
feel like that's a big meme where they've done that just to like fuck with people because it just seems too good of a meme.
No, you can still tell because there's certain elements that are not real.
Yeah,
but like, overall, it looks pretty much identical if you look side to side.
It's pretty funny. So it's been a bit of a meme because it's like anyone can just put out, like I said, anyone can just put out a photo going, "Here's this. This is Unreal Render, and this is just because there's some text on it doesn't mean it actually is that." Like I want to see video. A photo doesn't do it proof. To me, a photo.
Just look at the damn game.
A photo can easily be doctored. Like I said, just because you put text. How do we know? How do we know the one that wasn't on the right hand side was the Unreal one, and the one on the left was the real photo? Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's just like, come on. Like, unless you got video of it like in motion, then I'm not gonna fully believe it. And it just seems too good of a meme. So I've been memeing it personally because.
Okay,
like,
so the game's on Unreal Engine 5.
Yeah. It does look amazing.
So we'll definitely see when it releases, not just on fucking YouTube because compression.
That's exactly, and that's what I'm saying. Then you have a still photo, which is like, come on, bro, it's a still photo. Like, how are you gonna tell?
Oh no, it's Unreal Engine 4.
Well, it was 5. It does look good though. That should
I
be
don't.
5. It should be 5.
Striking distance, blah blah blah. Said the game was developed with maximum realism in mind. It uses Unreal Engine 4,
The end of Unreal 4.
but
Okay.
then they got Unreal Engine 5. What? Unreal Engine 5 games. There's a list. You got Wukong, Dreamhouse, Quantum Error, Echoes, blah blah blah. The Witcher 4 is on that list. Don't they use their own engine like Shadow Decay 3, Layers of Fears? Uh, That's pretty much it. Squirrel with a gun. It's got two different answers. You got Unreal Engine 4 and 5 for Callisto.
I don't know. It looks
You,
5 to me.
it does look 5, but it could be 4.
But if they're
Who
trying
knows?
to promote 5, then why would they use 4? And then promote 5? Like,
Well, they obviously have 5 as well, but they've probably got the game in 4, but they're using stuff in 5. I don't fucking know.
a little bit of column A, a little bit of column B. That's what it feels like.
I don't know. I mean, I'll find out. I'll get it eventually.
Mm.
Because it releases Friday, but I won't get it till the week after.
Yep.
Good old shipping times.
Crazy.
But then again, I could be wrong because all that stuff I ordered the other day was like a 2-day ship,
Mm.
which Ren and Stimpy is still amazing.
That's pretty good.
I was telling, I was sending someone a clip of Ren and Stimpy, and like, what the fuck is this? I was like, Ren and Stimpy. It was on Nickelodeon back in the 90s, and
It was on
it's
Nickelodeon, and I
surprising.
think it got moved to Cartoon Network because they couldn't show it anymore, and then they had to put it into like the
No,
adults.
I mean,
So Cartoon Network picked
doesn't
up for Adult Swim.
yeah, but it wasn't on Cartoon Network. I
No,
don't
but
think.
like it's Adult Swim, which was you'd had Cartoon Network
Hmm.
from like 6 to 8, and then from 8 onwards it was Adult Swim.
I remember them. I was like, I stayed up long
But it
enough.
used to be on Nickelodeon, but then Nickelodeon changed to a point where they weren't showing those type of shows anymore, so they cut
That was
them
only
from the
recent too,
roster.
because
And then I think they got
that
a
was
lot of those shows got
96.
pushed to yeah, it was like 2000s. They started cutting like the show reels. They Nickelodeon was
Ren and
basically
Stimpy was full on. Like,
Nickelodeon got to the point where it because it made sense because you'd have like early morning you'd have like Angry Beavers because it was like the tamed version of Ren and Stimpy. So like it was like you'd have Ren and Stimpy on like really early in the morning.
Cat Dog, Angry Beavers.
And then you'd have like Angry Beavers and all that kind of come on because it was in that same vein, but you'd transition out so you'd have the adult stuff, kind of more teen, adult, mature stuff, and then you'd have those to kind of ease out. And then once you had the morning come from like Angry Beavers, Cat Dog, then you'd have like Rocko's Modern Life sometimes, depending on the order, and then it would go into
I
like
think it wasn't
Rugrats.
it from like 5 or 6 a.m. till about 9, and then from 9 till
Because if you
3, I
noticed,
think was all.
like if you catch the window, like I said, I would get up early in the mornings and I'd watch Angry Beavers at like 5 in the morning or something like that. But then you start getting to like 6 and 7, then next week Rugrats is on, and then you'd have all like the basic like real kids show, like the real
Chappelle, or
simple.
what the fuck it was called.
And then it would always flick because then it would flick. Because it was weird because it would be like if you stayed home from school, you'd be like, I'm going to watch Nickelodeon. And then you go, okay, 7, 8, 9 is when you'd go to school. And then
And it
flick
kicks over to
to Nick Jr.
like a
So
teen one. Like,
it was Nick Jr. because kids would be at home. The babies would be at home.
oh yeah.
So Nickelodeon would go from teens to like, it would be like teens to younger kids to then baby stuff for like a couple of hours because Nick Jr. would be on. 3 o'clock would
Yeah.
finish, so it'd come back to like Cat Dog and Angry Beavers again. And then it would be later, it would be teen
7
stuff.
p.m. I think, wasn't
And
it?
then it
7
would be like
p.m.?
the teen stuff, so it picked up, and then it would be like you'd get Angry Beavers and stuff like that. Not Angry Beavers, you'd get Angry Beavers and Ren and Stimpy again late at night. It was the rotation,
Yeah,
so you'd
about
come
10.
through, and then it would ease. And I'd hate it because I'd be like, I want to watch cartoons on Nickelodeon. I'd stay home from school, I'd be sick or something, I'd be watching it. And next week, like, I had to watch fucking Nick Jr. I'd watch Nick Jr. and shit. I'm like, oh fuck it, I can't be fucked.
Yeah, but there was also multiple channels. Like, you
Yeah.
had Cartoon Network, which
But I
had
used to
bangers
just-
all the time.
I used to I'd flick between them, so I'd like watch one show on one, and flick back, and then flick back. But you'd always have like
So I
Dora the
remember
Explorer
Cheese
and
TV.
shit.
That
Oh.
shit was amazing.
And that was like that as well, like in the morning.
Digimon, Pokemon, fucking
From
Yu-Gi-Oh
was
on
it
the
6 to like 8 or something like that, 6 till 7:30,
Something
6
like
to
that.
8. It was like a decent amount of time. But yeah, you'd watch like Transformers, you'd watch like say like was it fucking Dragon Ball Z, fucking Yu-Gi-Oh,
Digimon.
Pokemon, Digimon, and you would get an episode. You literally get an episode of Dragon Ball, an episode of Pokemon, an episode of Digimon, and you'd watch all these shows, and it was great because you'd be like,
And it
fuck
was like
yeah, oh
school
my god,
time,
and then
bye.
off I go to, and then you come back, and then sometimes have some different channels. You flick something else,
It's
but every
usually a
morning.
repeat that same day though. Like it's what you didn't
Mm,
watch in the morning, you watch later.
yeah. But then you catch it every morning and you get the next episode of what you watched, and you're like, okay, I'm gonna get the next episode, and you'd randomly just watch Dragon Ball Z, Digimon, Pokemon, Yu-Gi-Oh, and you're like, oh yeah, I've got these next episodes, and the next day and you catch the next episodes, and you're like, fuck, I missed a day, and you'd miss out, or you know,
And now it's just if you go to do that, it's just shit
you're like,
shows
okay, I'm
and
gonna watch Dragon Ball Z, binge 5 episodes. You're like, yeah, that was good. Then you leave it, and you're like, oh, maybe I'll, and it's just like, ah, oh, you
if you
can't.
try watching Nickelodeon now, it's horrible.
It's just like all that live action stuff. There's no cartoons really anymore. Like it's all. Yeah. I haven't
They've
watched it.
actually because I got the collector's edition Ren and Stimpy, like the whole box set,
Mm.
and there's no Nickelodeon branding on it at all.
No, because it was never technically Nickelodeon owned. It
It
was
was
just.
that was on the old stuff, but like now they've
It's
removed it. It's
it's
like,
because that's to say
oh,
because it was they had to choose a network to run through, and Nickelodeon was the network at that time, and then they once they got to the
I don't know
certain
who it
point,
is.
they became independent, so they didn't have to run through Nickelodeon anymore. So the branding dropped because they became independent. That's what I said. That's why I said they started showing up on Cartoon Network because they're able to.
It's
Cause,
got Shock, whatever that is.
mm,
Shock.
it's just a
Viacom.
distributor. But yeah, that's what I said. That's how they could end up
There's
on,
no
on
branding
Adult
at
Swim.
all apart
Mm.
from Shock and Viacom.
They're able to do their own thing. It was good.
But I think Nickelodeon. It does. Rocko's Modern Life still has Nickelodeon on it.
That was specifically though Nickelodeon though. That was specifically
That's still
Nickelodeon.
pretty fucked up when you think about it.
But it was
Same as
specifically.
Courage and
But Ren and Stimpy though, they literally had like profanities in it. Like they actually were like
that,
very.
like the wood cutting on his back thing
Mm.
on Stip. I watched the full clip and went, "How did they get away with that?"
Yep.
Like he put the sawdust on his back and he's still like Stimpy goes, "Do you want to come cuddle?" And he's like, puts a rag on it and goes, "Clean it up." I'm like, wow. I'm like, they really push that.
Was it 41.99 at JB Hi-Fi?
Yeah, get it.
That's
It's
not
good.
bad.
It's good. I literally thought there was 20 minutes of disc. Because the way they got the menu laid out, this is just a normal DVD.
Yep.
The menu systems are fucked. It's like they've got one, then you got scene 1, 2, and 3, which I
Yep.
thought there was. Because the thing just said 24 minutes, because I said play all, and it said 24 minutes. So I'm like, oh yeah, a whole disc 24. But no. Like there's 25 hours of Ren and Stimpy, I think.
Yep.
I was like, well, they could have laid that out way better. When you click play all, it literally means all in one thing. There's no like skips and breaks and. But here, like you've literally got to skip it. Otherwise, there's a massive pause, and I'm like, no.
That's weird.
Still not bad, but like, it kind of tricks you.
Yeah.
Because I thought the episodes were short, like minutes, not like 20 minutes an episode.
Yeah.
There's little episodes in an episode. Some of them are like a full 20 minutes, and some are like cut up into like 5 minutes at a time, or less or more.
I don't remember
So
what
it's
I have.
definitely weird. But that was back then. I do want to find HR Puff and stuff.
You got to buy it in the collection. It's the can't remember the name. What would I call it?
Collection.
Yeah, because I bought it a while back. It has HR Puff and stuff and a few other and Puff the.
Oh, so it's a whole literal box set of different.
Yeah, it's by the what's the author's name? It's
Roberto. No, that's the
Sid
actor.
and Marty Croft. It's a pack called Sid and Marty Croft's pack.
Sid Marty Croft.
Because it had HR Puff and stuff. It had like Land of the Lost, like the original. A
Sid
few
Marty
things.
Croft. How do you spell that? Sid Marty.
Let me see if I can find it here.
Oh, I found it. Sid Marty Croft. Like,
Yeah, it's a box set.
oh, More than that. Had the banana splits in it too.
Mm.
Okay, because was that actual literally it's like JB and shit?
Yeah, that's where I got mine from.
Wait, really?
Yeah.
Fuck! I have no idea.
Yeah, it was a collection, and yeah.
Also, Evil West came out, by the way, my dudes. Um,
Yes, I've seen a few people
that
play that.
game is good and bad, apparently. Like, people love it, people hate it. It is what it is.
One of those things.
I can't say nothing about it because I haven't really seen it or played
Is
it.
it on Game Pass?
Maybe.
I think it's on Game Pass.
Maybe I play it on there, who knows? Um, also, that remember when Netflix said they're gonna put in the ad tier?
Oh, yeah.
Apparently, some animes could be gone because of that.
Oh, they kind of get categorized to certain things. They don't get full access.
Like actually leaving Netflix together, like
Oh, people
gone.
actually leaving because they don't like the idea of the partnership.
Hmm.
Makes
Yep.
sense. It is kind of dumb. It's like, we're going to have a lot. Because my dad was going about it the other day. And it was like, oh, there's the lower Netflix. And I'm like, why would you still pay like $5 for a
If
subscription?
there's ads, it should be free.
Yeah. I can understand paying like $1 or
Like
$2
who
maybe.
pays to watch
But
ads?
I wouldn't be paying $5 or $6 for a service that I paid. Like, that's what I was paying like 3 years ago. 4 years ago when I signed up for it was I was paying like $5, $6 to now have ads. Like, I'd if I'm going to be getting ads, I'd understand paying $1 or $2 if they still want to try and tuck money out of someone,
No,
but not
but still,
five,
like
not
if there's
five,
ads, don't
6.
charge
Mm. Realistically, it should be free.
because it's just fucked. It's just fucked. Who is literally their subscription's gonna go way down,
Mm. Like I said, if you're still trying
like
to gain,
way
if you're
down.
still trying to gain revenue, I could understand trying to charge $1 or $2, being
But
like, well, we want to
maybe a
kind of still
dollar because
gain some
you
money back for our service because I
you
know
get
we
like $1 million still,
they're
pretty
making
much.
money. They're making money from the ads anyway. But like, if they're gonna charge like $1,
Yeah,
like charge $1 for your base subscription. I don't
they. You'd think they would.
like if you're still gonna be wanting some money, just charge like a really
It's as
low
bad
amount.
as Disney's
Five
like
bucks is
buy a
still five
movie and
bucks is
then
still a
just
side chunk for. I mean, yeah, $5 a month, but like that's still a chunk if you're making. Because imagine how much they're getting paid from the people giving ads. Like they're getting thousands of dollars.
maybe even more.
Like you can easily give it away fucking cheap. If they're gonna be having ads, then if they're gonna start having ads, if people are gonna start signing up for that, realistically, what should happen is if people start signing up for the lower subscription, right? And ads start and people start therefore ads are being played more often, technically the overall subscription base should lower in price because they're gaining more
You
revenue.
think? You
Exactly,
think?
but they won't because it won't happen. Anything that would happen is the subscription prices will go up. And so that's wrong because it's like it should because you're gaining a third revenue that's more than what one person is giving you per month. So it's
Still,
like
ads be still way more than subscriptions anyway. Like,
exactly you're making way more from ads. So they're paying you. You're not paying them. They're paying you to advertise on your service. That's how the ads work. They
yeah.
and then you get and then they gain revenue from the clicks because clicks to traffic to websites and blah makes traffic and somehow that produces money. But like you've got to pay to advertise, so they're clearly paying them to advertise, not being
Yeah.
held at gunpoint going you got to show this channel, this thing's advertisement on your
Like
service,
Netflix
like
used to be so consumer friendly, and now they've
mm,
done a Microsoft,
ads and stuff, and it's just weird. Like
and they've got less content now. Like they're adding less and
mm,
less. Like as I said, like look at Game Pass, the same fucking thing. We've raised the thing to a premium, and now they've got rid of all pretty much all first party stuff for a long time.
mm.
That's why I got Game Pass to play their first party stuff, not this fucking crappy stuff I can just get cheap and
Yep,
physical
exactly.
anyway. Like Pentiment, I'm not gonna. I mean, I might play it, but like
Mm.
that is literally a walk and sit. There's no
I mean,
combat.
that's what I mean. So, like, that's why I've always said, like, I mean, for creative side of thing, that's cool for
I'm not saying it's
because
bad though, but
being creative, being like, oh, we just want to make something, just put something out. Like, that's great for that because then they can just put it out and not worry about revenue loss or gain.
yeah,
Massive loss or gain. They can just go, okay, we're gonna make some money back from that
that's what
because Xbox is
Microsoft
still
should
gonna
be
give us
doing.
money. It's like it makes sense. Like, it's great for developers wanting to get titles out because like they're still Microsoft's still paying them as a lump sum. so they're happily getting money either way. But when you're actually trying to like put out AAA titles, and they're like, oh, we're going to disagree to this, they're losing out the chunk sales, like we've said before, there's the chunk sales on the wholesale product because they're given in a lump sum. But for small developers, they're making money either way, so it's better for them. It's better for indie. Game passes are better for indie developers than AAA developers. So, it's
And better for Activision because their games are pretty anyway.
it's just a catch-22. It's just
But I just don't get it. Like, oh, what was it? Fucking.
like I can understand the whole Activision thing going on and people complain about like I can understand older title like because people can carry on about COD or COD should come to. I can understand the older titles.
It's too big for Game Pass.
No, but I can understand the old titles like from
Yeah.
like 5 years ago that they're still trying to charge $80
Or longer.
for.
I mean,
Like that should be a joke.
least-
That's a joke that needs to stop. You're not a Nintendo. Activision, you need to stop with that. You're not Nintendo.
yeah, the games are so expensive.
Like the Call of Duty is always expensive. Like you'll go try and find any copy and they still charge you like $50
That's why you go to
for
eBay.
a game that's like should be $20 now because it's been out for fucking
Yeah.
10 years, 20 years, and sits on that price. Like what? I don't know. Nintendo.
I wonder who makes that price. Like, is it still Activision? Like, I reckon it would be.
I get distributor be like you're not dropping the prices. This is our final point. You're not dropping any lower than that.
Which is kind of stupid because I don't if I want to pick up a COD, it's usually because I've played it before and I want it again or something. Like I don't want to have to pay full fucking price just to have it sit on my shelf.
Exactly. Exactly.
Also that the FTC got involved, the US FTC to the that deal, and it still could go.
Yeah, they're still checking into it a little bit more still with everything that's been going on.
Oh, they're doing more than that now.
They're going into it.
It's because I have to admit,
Well, the way it seems
this
to
is
be.
a Microsoft issue still. Like they're saying they need Activision to keep up with PlayStation. I'm like,
Well, have you noticed though? There's like these. I don't know if it's reported, but it's coming from like the head, like not heads, but it's coming from people that work at like Microsoft being like chirpy about Activision joining them, and then you got people that work at Activision chirping about partnering with Microsoft, and then it's like, why are these people that work for these companies chirping off about this partnership deals? Like, just shut up and just if it happens, it happens. Like, stop chirping, being like, oh, we're doing this. Fuck Sony. It's like, dude, you still work for these companies. You can still be fired. Like, why are you chirping, bro? Like.
yeah.
Like, it's fucking hilarious looking at these people. Like, I can understand
They only want to
reporters
be
making
bought
up
because
stuff.
they want to get rid of Bobby Kotick.
Mm.
That's the only reason they want to get bought, because that money goes to the higher up and they can just fuck off.
Yeah.
And I mean, Microsoft wants their mobile division for. It'd be Microsoft making mobile games over console games and PC. Because mobile games, they can milk the shit out
Yeah,
of
the one time Microsoft will
microtransactions.
actually get back into making games, and you'll see that Microsoft. Remember how Microsoft was like on games back in the day, like Microsoft Studios or whatever it was.
Making the Candy Crush and shit now.
They'll be
Next-
like, yeah.
The console will be gone. It's just, here, have Game Pass on your phone and your TV, as I've been saying.
Oh fuck
Yeah,
me.
there'll be a mobile company. So I mean,
Microsoft
have
releases
fun
a
with that
Monopoly game.
of themselves. No, but I'm just saying, like, they need Activision to stay relevant. Apparently, I'm like, they're saying that themselves. I'm like, well, at least they're self-aware.
They said that about Bethesda.
Yeah, but what have they done since they've been there? Fucking.
I know
fuck
exactly.
all. Man, they have all these fucking all these developers, like all these teams, and yet Sony's still pumping out games, and they got way less.
Where's
I just don't get what, like, who's the head of the games there? Aaron Greenberg or someone? Like the head of the actual games, not overall. Like, what's he doing? Just the game sounds good.
know.
Just take your time. Take your time. We'll buy someone else. Take your time. Like, fucking hell. Like, I got no sympathy for him. Like, developers, they must be stressed. Like,
Oh,
the
100%.
343.
100%.
Like, I've said to you before, but the Coalition are their premier development team.
Yeah. Oh,
Look at
yeah.
Gears of War. That's the same quality, even better since, like, where's this for all their teams?
No. Well, I think that was originally technically an Epic team.
Yeah, but now it's a lot of other people
Mm.
came in and then made the coalition because Epic had Gears of War for 1, 2, and 3.
Mm.
Then they just said, "Here,
Do your
you
thing.
take it all, build a team for it." But that worked. 343 didn't.
It's the same thing. It's just two different game franchises did the exact same thing. It's like companies owned them, then they made sub companies so that those companies could go off and do other things, and they'll leave those people that wanted to work on those projects for the main Microsoft company. And you see one that's gone blah 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 blah, and then this one's gone. Whew.
Oh, Gears of War, like, there's not a bad game.
Mm.
Judgment's not bad, but I don't like
It's because it
it.
was unnecessary. I feel like it was kind of
Not
unnecessary.
unnecessary. It was weird. They changed the whole combat system and stuff.
Hmm.
They put it into like little missions, into like little.
So I
You got
mean,
to
it
get
was
so
just
many of this, so many of that. Like,
it was weird.
no,
Like it was definitely like a DLC, but they made it a whole standalone game,
yeah.
like an
I mean,
expansion.
it is bad story, which is needed, but like, it could have been in the format of an actual Gears game. Like, go to A to B, not you to do this in a certain amount of time, and like get gold stuff, silver and bronze. I'm like, no, you don't rank things. No. But Gears 4, 5, and I hope 6 comes out because we've heard nothing about that.
I know there's nothing
Same
so
as
far.
State of Decay 3. That's been years since that was announced. I'm waiting for State of Decay. I'm sick of playing the second one. I died of that years ago as it is. Like, I haven't played that in years.
Mm.
When did that come out, actually? Like, it wasn't that long ago, was it? Like 2019.
Something like that. Yeah, about that.
State of Decay 2 came out. Mm, oh, 23. Whoops. That came out 2018, actually. So, yeah,
2018.
fuck. Unreal Engine 5 as well. Okay.
Yeah, for 20.
Um, but still, I want the third one. Where's all these games you promised?
I know. It's
That's
like,
why I got Game Pass and they promised. Oh, you got Fable, but that just hit the fucking shitter. Apparently, the developers are just like, no, we can't do it.
yeah, because they didn't know how to make Forza.
They got outside help, which also slows that way down.
It's like, why would they go here? Or we'll get you to make this game. All you've made is racing games. We're gonna make you make a character-based running, RPG.
An RPG, like
Like,
a fucking good RPG, like it's a good series, and you got to
if
try
the
and
Fable
match that
characters were
quality.
cars, they'd mostly know what they're doing. But the fact that they're people, like,
No, but still, you have a good story. Racing games
uh,
are just racing, usually.
there's not much.
I, Perfect Dark, that went to the shitter. I and yet that had the best development. That had the quadruple A development team on it, and it's still the world's first quadruple A team. Fucking, and they're still. It's just Microsoft, man. Fuck. I don't. They've never been good at doing games.
Mm.
Look, because Gears of War, that was all Epic.
Yep.
3, 4. Bungie did the Halos, not actual Microsoft.
Mm.
Ever since all that, they've gone.
Yeah, it's a bit.
And yet, buying Activision to make it better? No. It'll make them shit.
Spending money. A whole
Spending
lot of money.
moolah. They could be using on games, but they could be getting these teams bigger
Mm.
to actually finish these games. Like Redfall. I mean,
Yes.
that is coming out. But like,
Yes.
Bethesda is pretty much the best thing at Microsoft right now. Because ZeniMax are good at doing their stuff, like with machine games, like they they have things on a routine.
Mm-hmm.
Even Nintendo, I have to admit, they do
Mm.
better than Microsoft as well at pumping out. Like they put 2
Yes.
Pokemon games out this year. Arceus and now these. Like
Oh, that's crazy. Start of the
plus
year and then
Snap. I think Pokemon Snap came out
last
this
year.
year. Oh, was it? Fuck. I thought it was all this year. But Like, what are they doing, man? I don't remember the last Microsoft game apart from Cargo Vroom.
I go vroom vroom wee.
Like, even what was before Halo Infinite and Forza? Can you name the last fucking exclusive Microsoft put out?
Yeah,
The
not for
last
a
like
while.
exactly. So fucking deal with your shit, Microsoft. I swear to God, I can't do nothing about it. But this is what I mean. You just can't. You just give false hope.
Yeah, I don't know.
I could rant about this for ages, but I'm not. Um, Maybe check it out on Twitter. I don't know. I will say all this on fucking Twitter. All them salty fanboys, bro.
Mm,
I'll literally do research about this and like the last big game that they put out apart from Halo and Forza,
mm-hmm.
which might have been stated came back in 2018.
Something like that, yeah. Because that was pretty good.
Still pretty shit at the same time though. Like it was good, but it was still by an
Janky.
indie team.
Yeah.
It wasn't exactly Microsoft. I don't think it was more of a team who
Something
published
like
through
yeah.
them.
Mm.
But like, but I mean now they own them, but not then. That's why they're doing a big three. Like they're doing three way bigger because they got the money and team behind it. But I'm gonna say I'm done before I keep going off.
That's it, yeah.
You got anything, Des?
No, not really. I covered out what I need to, and you've pretty much covered it as well. Kind of gone over what I had for this week.
There's a H5 puff and stuff lunchbox.
Mm. A
A
lot of merch still.
lot of merch. I remember watching that show.
Merch.
Creeped me out when I was a kid.
HR, Puffins. Yeah, there's not many episodes.
No, it's only a handful, isn't it, or something like?
Yeah.
Because it cost too much to make. They weren't making the money back on them.
Mm.
Like I remember that dude freaked me the fuck out. That's from the 70s, the 60s,
Yeah,
70s.
they were definitely higher.
That there's a puff and stuff movie.
Puffins of movie.
The movie, yeah.
It's funny.
I don't even. It goes for an hour and a half, probably more than the episodes
Uh-huh.
actually.
It's not bad.
So that they have to revive that. Come on,
Bring back something new.
that came out last year. I wonder if that's new or not. I don't know. But before I keep going on, because Daz wants to go to bed.
Yeah, I
Fuck.
pretty much covered it pretty good this week. I'm
Yeah.
also quite tired.
I was like covering a lot of Microsoft.
Mm. Microsoft cover up.
Microsoft cover. No, we're not covering up though. We're putting it out there.
Microsoft putting
They
out.
were- Can you imagine? It's like Dell gets an email. Can you please take that down?
Just clickbait the title. Microsoft
You,
cover up. People are like, what?
you hurt our feelings. You put out all these
Oh,
truths and the facts. Stop saying that.
I'm a bit silly. I'm a silly boy. I'm a silly boy. I'm a silly
Or you get
boy.
someone like Phil or someone watching is
I'm
like,
a silly boy.
oh, this hurts.
It hurts.
Oh, the facts.
It's okay. I'm just a silly boy. I'm just a silly boy.
But on that, being a silly boy,
I'm a so silly.
as always, we hope you enjoyed episode 48, Beardies and Beardettes. Crazy.
I'm so silly.
And as always, we have been Dale and Jim, and we'll catch you guys next week. Bye bye.
Bye bye. Just be swilly. Just be swilly. I'm a bit a little bit swilly. Go sweep.
I'll be like on my flat.
What's swilly?
I can't do it. I want the HR Puffer stuff movie now.